Adam Silver to tell us.
With the 8th pick in the 2024 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Rob Dillingham from the University of Kentucky.
Despite initial excitement about his fit with Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs, Dillingham was traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Wolves traded a 2031 unprotected first-rounder and a 2030 pick swap. Dillingham, known for his shiftiness and microwave scoring ability, is just the type of player the Wolves needed. The Wolves are a defensive-minded team, but clearly lacked another playmaker next to Anthony Edwards. As Mike Conley gets closer to retirement, Dillingham will have at least 2 years to learn from the veteran point guard before becoming Minnesota's point guard of the future. While I don't think Rob will be a starter right away, he can definitely help the Wolves as a scorer and a playmaker off the bench, especially in the non-Ant minutes. Just this past postseason, we saw the Wolves' offensive rating go down by about 5 points when Ant was off the floor, compared to when he was on. The Wolves clearly needed another offensive threat alongside Ant to complement their great defense. And Rob Dillingham does just that. This past year at Kentucky, Rob started only 1 game, but was their second leading scorer behind senior guard Antonio Reeves. But Rob was only playing about 23 minutes per contest. His per 40 minutes numbers are off the charts. 26 points, 5 rebounds, and nearly 7 assists while shooting 44% on 144 total threes this season. To put it simple, he's a bucket. And he's only 19 years old. Rob's shiftiness and shot-making ability has drawn comparisons to Cleveland guard Darius Garland, who was also a potential trade target for Minnesota. Both being small guards and able to create shots with their quickness when being guarded by bigger players. And while I don't think Rob is quite the passer and pure point guard Garland is, DG doesn't have Rob's athleticism and definitely isn't throwing down dunks like these. Rob's ability to change direction with the ball is some of the quickest and smoothest movements I've ever seen. Here, he hits his defender with the quick tween cross before stopping on a dime for the pull-up. This time, he hits a quick behind-the-back dribble before punishing the drop coverage. And if he can consistently hit these pull-up threes in the high pick-and-roll in the NBA, he'll be an all-star in no time. He also has the step-back jumper in his bag, as he gets a ton of lift on his jump shot so he can rise up over taller defenders. He crosses back to his right and rises up for another tray ball. I'm a little concerned about Rob's feet and landing on some of these jumpers, but that might just be for his balance, so I don't really know what to make of it right now. This time, he crosses back to his left before pulling up for the jumper, and like I said before, defenses won't be able to play drop coverage on him if he's hitting these pull-ups consistently. That opens up the lane to then use his quickness and attack off the dribble, where he can finish at the rim. And while he's a very solid finisher right now, I think the strength and length in the NBA will make finishing at the rim a bit difficult for him early in his career. Dillingham is also a great catch-and-shoot shooter, as he drained nearly half of his catch-and-shoot threes this season, hitting them both off movement and in standard spot-ups. He could be extremely dangerous off of screens and handoffs if ever paired with a playmaking big. Watching this game versus LSU was amazing and showed exactly who Rob Dilly is. He took over down the stretch and made clutch shot after clutch shot. Here, he goes to that quick change of direction off the dribble, and that's one of the nastiest finishes you'll ever see. And then he hits this tough step-back jumper going to his right to go up 1 before LSU would hit a shot at the buzzer to win. Rob is a score-first point guard, and passing will always be secondary to his shot making. I think he can still improve a lot as a passer, but he has shown that he is more than capable of making the right pass and making quick reads off his scoring attacks. This is important because Rob is only about 6'1" and 165 pounds as of now, so he'll have to play the point guard position and be able to orchestrate the offense, because it would be almost impossible to play another point guard next to Rob defensively. His height, weight, and length are almost identical to Trae Young. However, Trae is one of the league's best passers, and Rob does not offer that level of playmaking. Dillingham's biggest weakness is his defense, and that's due mostly to his small frame. He'll have to put on a lot of muscle to be able to defend these NBA guys, but he's in the perfect place to do so. The Wolves were the best defense in the league last year, so a lot of Rob's weaknesses will be covered up by Rudy Gobert and the Wolves team defense. All that to say, Rob showed tremendous improvement just in 1 year at Kentucky from his time in Overtime Elite, which indicates he's a hard worker and willing to learn. At his floor, I think Rob can be a great microwave scorer off the bench like Lou Williams. But if he adds some more strength and keeps improving as a playmaker, he can definitely be a lead guard for a team offensively one day. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please like and subscribe, as I'll be posting more breakdowns on different players and teams. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.